So look at the first pick. So I think this is just an all pick game. They get an Axe and a Skywrath Mage. So obviously that's a huge combo between the two, because Axe Call into Skywrath ulti will pretty much one shot everyone early on in the game, especially if Axe gets the first early blink somewhere between 8 and 12 minutes. Depending on whether or not he jungles or off lanes. I mean, Axe is a really versatile hero in that way. So, sometimes he can contest the enemy's safe lane with a support, or by himself even sometimes, depending on how strong the lane is. Axe is a pretty safe pick usually. Quap is picked here just because Quap's an incredibly strong hero nowadays. Quap's strong because she's obviously very high mobile. She's very highly mobile. She's very mobile, and she does a lot of damage very quickly. She's able to take advantage of people being out of position very briefly, whereas other heroes have to kind of run in. For example, Crystal Maiden. So yeah, the timer kicks and Sarah round picks at the same time. I just gotta set this to free camera.
Prepare for battle.
I like to believe. I like to believe. Alright, so we have Skywrath going top, Quap running mid. Quap didn't buy any items, which is interesting. Runner's also running up. They have the courier here. It's very good to see people like leaving the base early. This is something that a lot of people have criticisms of. It's usually best to leave the fountain, like buy items and leave the fountain as soon as you can, because you want to position yourself. The faster you get to this cliff, it stops the enemy from warding your camp if they were trying to do that. Doesn't seem like they are this game, but it pays off in majority. Okay, so they put this ward down here. That's really good for seeing the top rune going for this level 1 kill. This is just a general like standard ward. It gets dewarded quite a lot, but they're going for this kill here, and they get the freeze, they get the kill in the quad. Oh, they don't get the kill. They do get the kill. Alright, that's good. That's pretty strong coordination, but sniper gets out of position here. It's very important, like in these early skirmishes, everyone basically has like one spell, or in Axe's case, he just tries to run at you and make you attack him. The enemy should have so the Quap should have identified that they have a Tuskar. So if they have like a Tusk or a Potom or a Earthshaker or a Pudge, usually going for bounty runes, you need to be able to scout way better. You need to like run around like here, you need to run around like here to be able to catch them here. Otherwise you won't be able to deal with them. Alright, so Wind Ranger, same deal as the Potom's same mistake that Quap made. So the same mistake with that Quap made, it's not identifying the enemy heroes. So Potom is a roaming hero. Everyone plays Potom as a roaming hero. I mean, like Sing Sing plays a mid, and there's variations, but in general Potom roams, and she gets the arrow onto the Wind Ranger. She doesn't die because I feel like Quap misplayed there and could have got the kill, but it is what it is. So Quap saved the gold for the early bottle. I think I'm going to talk about starting items now. Oh, they get a kill on the top lane? Yeah, top lane onto the Visage. Visage is kind of weak in the off lane, so I don't expect him to get too much here. If you guys can tell me about frame rate and all that, please do, if it's laggy or anything like that. It should be fine since I've lowered resolution for everyone, but I know like Oznet is usually terrible. Yeah, so they get a lot of kills onto this Visage. In this case, if I was this Visage, I would try, like, firstly, you wouldn't get this item build. This item build is not good if you're going offlane. You want to either get boots or get a lot of stats and a lot of regen, like maybe 2 sets of tangos and a health pot. You also have to be very careful about your positioning. When the enemy has double or triple range creeps, it means the lane's going to push towards you. When the lane's pushing towards you, you can basically just sit at your tower and the creeps will come here, and boom, this right here, this is level 2 and 3, I think, almost. This is level 2 and almost half of 3. But instead he died, TP'd up, and then he bought another TP when he respawned and couldn't TP again because there's a 70 second cooldown. Yeah. Alright, as far as rotations go, Axe is just jungling not very efficiently. There's a specific jungle rotation that Axe goes through. There's 2 specific rotations. Basically the rotation depends on your spawns, whether or not this is Wildkins or Ursas, because both those hurt super hard. Oh, sorry, Centaur or Ursas. Wildkin does a lot, but there's 3 creeps, so you'll spin 30% more. Now looking here, you've got the Potom moving to safe lane with the Skywrath. So I guess Potom will be playing a sort of carry role, or the Skywrath will be absorbing farm. I mean, Skywrath's got quite a bit now. I'll bring up net worth in a sec. My hotkeys are awful. Alright, Wind Ranger versus Quap mid. So this is a generally quite fair matchup. I think it's Wind Ranger favored quite a bit early, and then Quap favored a little bit later. Purely because Scream is slightly more spammable than Power Shot, and you also have the extra Shadow Strike. So there's different builds on the Quap. Usually you go either this build, or you go max the Scream by level 7, obviously ulti at 6. Sometimes you skip ulti actually. That's the laning not gonna move much build. But so he gets the extra point in Shadow Strike, and Shadow Strike is only usually very good if you can get it off on them. Obviously. You should only get 1 point in Shadow Strike against heroes like Lina, Wind Ranger, Leshrac mostly. Purely because you just won't hit it as often. That blink was extremely greedy, by the way. If the Sven was going for this rune, this Quap would be 100% dead. And the way this Quap is playing it, this Wind Ranger actually could have killed this Quap, but I think the turnaround kill is 100% at this point. Okay, yeah, so he gets that kill. That's very well played, I guess. I mean, that was a misplay into a misplay, but it is what it is. It's what happened. When you're a Radiant, never put this ward up. This ward is not useful if you're on your Radiant, unless you're a solo safe lane against a strong off lane from the die. The reason why is because this ward, it gives vision of the rune, but it doesn't give vision of the enemy mid approaching the rune. So they can go anywhere over here, and they will... There's a short blink. They can walk through here, and the enemy mid doesn't know. So this ward is 100% inferior to this ward, because when you're off lane, you usually won't need control of this area. You can say it scouts ganks, but usually you want to be sitting around like here. You don't want you like around there, because you don't want to be pushed out in the lane, and you just want to try your best to pull creeps towards you, kill your own ranged creep, deny your creeps, so that you get free XP. Usually you want to use this ward to block this camp. If you're the Dire wants to use a ward to block this camp. The Radiant will want their ward here and here optimally, just to keep their safe lane safe. Tuskar is rotating quite a bit right now, which is quite good by him. I mean, he's not being extremely efficient. I think he's just stacking this camp, or trying to stack one of these camps. Alright, you should have stacked one of these camps, or you should have camped the rune. This regen rune's been here for 2 minutes, which is very ignorable. Now Quap gets a double rune. She ignores the DD. Oh well. It is what it is. So this is Radiant trying to move into their jungle. Quap should stay mid actually at this point. Going for these kills isn't worth it, because people can easily TP up, and you only get they don't have the numbers advantage, even though they're trying to rotate. They're trying to rotate their mid hero, but this guy's doing nothing while Wind Ranger is just farming. I mean, Wind Ranger should have been farming throughout this. Usually, when people make rotations, you can win the game purely by just making use of that time. For example, as soon as Quap went for this rune, Wind Ranger sees him with the ward, right? So as soon as Quap runs up, he just power shots the creeps, and then yes, focus fires tower, hits the range creep so that it dies. Just kill everything really fast. So that, because the reason why is because you kill their creeps, and then your creeps run into their tower, right? So when your creeps run into their tower kills your creeps, which basically, and since there's no Radiant heroes nearby, all of this experience and all of this gold is just lost. Notice on the notice how this guy is just pressuring this tower. If they rotated outwards from top, this would have been a huge play. This would have almost won you the game for the Dire team. Instead, Quap gets a huge kill onto the Crystal Maiden with the Dire team rotating up 3. So what should have happened was Quap runs up, the Dire team runs all the way back. Like, they don't need to fight this because they back up. Their mid hero is doing a lot to this tower, but instead the Quap gets the kill and just rotates out. So if you look at net worth, the Quap's winning right now because he got the kill onto Wind Ranger, like the solo kill onto Wind Ranger, which is a big deal, and then he got the you can shackle into a kill there. All right, you got the solo kill on the Wind Ranger, and you got a kill onto Crystal Maiden top. After Dire rotated 3 heroes. Remember the TP scrolls cost 100, right? So every time someone TPs, they lose 100 gold. You want to make your enemy TP as much as you can. So the Quap ran up here, they TP'd here. What they should have done was just back up, like just go stack camps, and just like hide here or just hit this. Just don't let them kill you top. And you can win the game off that, because Wind Ranger's getting a lot mid every time this happens. Getting another focus fire onto the tower. I don't think he should tank this yet. He's using Wind Run. They should be glyphing and TPing. Okay, they don't glyph and TP in. So he gets a free tower. Okay, well played by him. So that's good. This is what the mid player should be getting out of the lane if you're not ganking. This Quap is going for these rotations that shouldn't be working but are. This ward at 7, so this ward goes from 0 minutes to 7 minutes because that's how long wards last. Which scouted the Quap, but they still died top because they didn't rotate back, like I said. That was pretty game losing, but of course it's recoverable since it's the early game. Anyway, so Quap has 2 kills right now, and Windrunner has 1 death, and no assists. But the Windrunner is still contesting the Quap in net worth. I mean, he's 500 behind, which is quite a bit right now. But it's because Quap got the 2 kills. If someone has a solo kill over you, and you're still competing with them on net worth and levels, they're doing fine. That's no big deal. So the Solon bot, they rotate over to the lane with the Sven and the Tusk. This is a pretty simple snowball kill. I think I'll just go back towards this. I want to see how they set this up. Alright, so Tuskar's just baiting this out. Scarlet's alright, I can harass you with Arcane Bolt. He's getting a little bit greedy here because once again you have no vision. If I go to Radiant and Dire Vision. So this is Radiant Vision. They can see the Tuskar, but they can't see anything else. So an enemy hero could run through here. This guy just walks up and gets snowballed. Stormbolt snowballed, but in more competitive games, people will be able to freely walk through here. Maybe drop a D ward, notice that you don't have a ward here. And then they just chase him down. You have to be kind of worried about chasing this far, this early in the game, because the Radiant still has this tower here. It's really easy for people to TP in. In fact, this Axe comes in, just walks in and gets the kill and defend very easily. He doesn't. Okay, so when you're playing Axe, there's a trick. Well, I mean, it's not a trick. When you're playing Axe, it's really easy to get your dunk. What you do is you right-click them, you call, and then you click them. If you click them, you can see the health. And as soon as it hits 10 above, whatever your thing is, you press your dunk, and the animation should line up with the health going down, and your dunk should hit them. Make sure you know your thresholds, by the way. That's a really important part. I played a lot of Axe when I first started playing, so that's something I do. Alright, so looking back here, so the Tuskar is trying his best just to rotate. He's quite low on net worth, I think. Yeah, quite low on net worth. He's got his phases, but at 10 minutes you want to have more than that. I mean, he is roaming, so as a pos 3/4, it's not too bad. Oh, you got a DD, this is really good. So what you want to do now is you want to get a smoke, if you're a Tuskar in this game, because the enemy, firstly, you identify they have no vision, because you got this kill onto the Skywrath. You can never get this kill on the Sky if they have a ward here, but they don't have a ward here, so that means that you can smoke and you will always get a kill, pretty much. And if you look at the shops, I'm pretty sure both teams have used 0 smokes. So Radiant has 3 and Dire has 3. Not sure if that checked exactly, but I haven't seen any smokes. Tusk used the DD to kill Visage, that's good. When you're roaming, try to identify the high priority targets. For example, if you could see this in the game, I mean, firstly that would be broken, but if you could see this in the game, you would always try to kill the high net worth heroes. For example, the Quap, right? The Dire team could just straight out win this game if they kill the Quap twice in a row. Kill the Quap, he respawns, TP somewhere, and you kill her again. That would instantly win the game. Because if you look at the heroes, Radiant doesn't scale very well. Dia doesn't scale extremely well either. But like I mean, Sven and Sniper versus Sven, Sniper, Wind Ranger against basically Visage. I mean, Axe and Potom scale off really fast, and unless Skyrath is ridiculously snowballing, he doesn't do much either. I mean, this zero armor hero, I mean, 1 armor hero at level 9 is incredibly weak to pretty much every hero on the Dire team, like all the cores at least. I mean, even Tuskar can get solo kills with Shadowblade Deso, if that's your build. It depends on each game. Like sometimes you want drums, sometimes you get like a Blink Dagger. It changes. We'll see as the game rotates. Who haven't I talked about much? Visage just died a lot. I think he's going for 4 staff because if he was going for Ags, he would have his what do you call it? Point booster instead. I mean, point booster is just better early on because like the 10 int doesn't give you too much regen, and the pool increase, like the mana pool increase, plus the health pool increase from Ogre Axe and Staff of Wizardry is similar to point booster. So the extra 200, saving the extra 200 is usually better, unless you absolutely can't for whatever reason. For example, you're about to die and you need to spend 1,000 gold. Alright, so Radiant gets a kill here. This is because Dire doesn't have a ward here. They're the same thing. So if Radiant had a kill here, if Radiant had a ward here, Skyrath wouldn't have died. If Dire had a ward here, then Sniper wouldn't have died. But I mean, it is what it is. They get the return kill on the co-op. This is a huge kill. Getting your Tuskar, all of that, like Tuskar got that solo, so Tuskar got a lot out of that kill. I'll go back in a sec. Oh, come on, replay. Yeah. This guy gets greedy going with the Charisma Maiden. I mean, he gets a kill, but I mean, it is what it is. Where's the recap? Dota, please. Why no recap? Alright, so there's no recap. Dire gets his ward up, but this ward. So basically, if you're on Dire team, you want to have this ward and this ward, like in pubs at least. You want to have this ward and this ward. Usually, you have to be a bit more creative, like either ward here or like here. Like this ward will get dewarded the most. I think this is the most dewarded ward in the game. Either that or this one. Skyrath snowballs? No, Sniper 100% kill this guy. Oh no, no shrapnels. Disaster. Oh, disaster. Soul Assumption and Quad Blinks in. Oh no. Never chase with no shrapnels. That's pretty like that. Each hero has like certain quirks to them that like make each hero playable basically. For example, for Quap you have to be really greedy with your blinks. Like your blink early on, like level 10, you should have 2 levels in it at level 10. I think. Yeah, you should have 2 levels at level 10. But anyway, you don't max Shadow Strike in this. Good dodge. That's pretty good. You don't want to max Shadow Strike. You need your blink cooldown reduction. Firstly, for mobility. Second thing is because when you blink in and use your spells, you want to be able to blink out or blink somewhere else because your hero is extremely squishy, especially early on. And you need the blink to survive. Sometimes, like, you have to be really greedy with your blink. You can't just blink in, use all your spells on someone because you will get immediately turned around on and killed. So that you have to be careful with that. Crystal Maiden, you're incredibly slow. You have a slight global presence, but your other 3 spells are insane if you get them off. Like if you get all 3 spells onto like the enemy core, you will kill them. It's really hard though because you're incredibly slow. Like you're 370 with active Tranquils. That's ridiculously slow. Like that's punch speed, right? Or slower than punch speed? I think that's actually slower than punch speed. Yeah. I mean that is what it is, right? This rune just spawned. They have the ward on there, so I think this guy would just turn around and take it. A mistake a lot of people would make is they find it. Okay, there's not even. Okay, so that's a even bigger mistake. But the thing is, sometimes when supports find runes, they will just stand there waiting for their like mid hero or something to go get it, like whoever has the bottle, like Tuskar or Wind Ranger or something. But I might just pause it there. I need to talk about this. But basically, like if you're a support on a rune, you can just take it in like 80% of chance situations, unless like it's really early. You know there's no enemy heroes here, and your mid hero is like standing around here or something like that. Otherwise, like the time it takes for your Tuskar to walk all the way over here, it's not worth the haste rune usually, because like the haste rune helps you a lot in engagements, but it's really hard to force engagements in Dota. Like it's hard to force good engagements. Sorry, because you have like communication is really sparse in Dota teams because in pubs you don't know anyone and they don't know you. So to make the first step to make that to break that communication barrier to say hi, how you going or whatnot, usually doesn't happen. Like I'd say in maybe 1 out of 10 games, I'd say I have a fully communicative team, like 4 people who will use their mic or like will type, I guess, between us and like not flame. I mean like I mean like coordinate. Like, all right, we're gonna use the smoke here. All right, we're gonna stun here, and this is the guy we aim in team fights, stuff like that. I almost have this item, things like that. I'm gonna jump back to here. Alright, so I think this quap dives and then dies because this guy's not greedy enough with his blink, is what I assume. And that's a big mistake that quaps make. Like when I first started playing the game, from Hon, my favorite hero was the Hon version of quap, so Wretched Hag. And so I played a lot of quap when I first started. I lost a lot when I first started, like everyone does when you first start, because you're not greedy enough with your blink. You don't realize how squishy you are, like how fragile you are. You do a lot of damage, 100%. But if you don't one-shot people, like if 225 like pure damage from Scream and then 290 pure damage from Sonic Wave doesn't one-shot someone, so that's like what, 500 damage, like 475 damage. If you don't like one-shot someone, they will turn around on you and like you'll get destroyed. And that's definitely not 475. That's like I don't know, 500. Can't be bothered right now. Visage is using his familiars to farm right now, and that is I want to say pretty inefficient. Except in pubs, like I said, there's a lack of coordination. So I mean, if he's getting extra farm, if like he's stealing farm from the enemy, then it's not too big a deal. As long as the familiars aren't dying. I mean, it is what it is, and you're being active with your drop so that they recharge their damage. Like anyone who plays Visage knows that. Yeah, alright, I think I'll unpause it here. So this quap probably goes for this kill on the Crystal and then dies. Oh, he doesn't even get the kill. Oh, okay, yeah, he does. And then snowball in, or... Okay, blink and ulti, that's... Yeah, so there's like 1,000 different ways to kill that quap there in that situation with a Tuskar and Sven. But the thing is, the quap is getting a kill onto a very low value target because Crystal is low on net, like support will be low on net worth, right? And then the quap is dying to a Tuskar, while quap is like a really high net worth hero. I mean, the Skywrath is the highest right now, because Skywrath is just going ham. Like, they are not focusing this guy enough. Like, this guy is super fragile. I mean, he's really fast. Like, that's what Skywrath is. He's really fast, but he's like no armor, and his items are like greedy, so insanely greedy. Holy crap! Like, this item build will get punished so hard if I was playing this game, because you have 2,000 gold because you're doing really well, right? So 2,000 gold. So you have 3,900 gold plus 2 intel items, right? If you get shackled into power shot and storm bolted, you're dead. And those 2 intel items don't do shit because, I mean, they don't give you any health, they don't make you faster or give you an escape. Like, I can't believe this item build worked. Like, at the very least, I think if you wanted all these intel items, you would get, like, firstly you wouldn't go double null, but I mean, it's working for him, whatever. But like, you would get a Yule Scepter to dodge Snowball and Shackle and like there's so much dodgeable stuff on the Dire team. A BKB is like godly in this game. If you get a BKB, you one-shot Sniper. I think you'll win every fight. So if I was one of the enemy cores, so if I was the Sky Axe Quap on the Radiant team, I would get my core items like my maybe Ags or whatnot, like my Blink and stuff. I would get BKB and I would just try my absolute best to one-shot the sniper. I'll tell everyone on my team, one-shot the sniper and you'll win the game. They blink on this Sven. The Dire team TPing in here would 100% kill this Axe and Visage. But I mean, it's really hard to make that window. Plus they were fighting bot, so that was really well played by the team. This guy, like, I know he had enough health because most people know the damage ranges on Sniper ulti. Like, it's 250 level 1 and it's like 400. It's like 405 or something level 2, and then it's like 390. Yeah, like, this guy is incredibly greedy. You have to be careful when you farm. Like, even if you're full health, you have to be careful about where you farm because they just took a fight bot. Like, the enemy's gonna have heroes here. There's so much fights. I should be dead, right? Yeah. Alright, so that's what's that? A Crystal Maiden Alright, fire recap, good. So Crystal Maiden for AX plus bottoms are obviously worth it because Crystal Maiden low net worth. Visage shows up to the fight really late, and that's just a feat, I guess. I don't know, bad luck to you. Yeah, so this guy goes Blink instead of Shadowblade. I think Shadowblade's actually pretty good in this game. So there's a disparity between them. A lot of people say like Shadowblade's just a noob item and whatnot, but Shadowblade's actually really good for the burst damage and forcing the enemy to buy dust and stuff like that, which is actually a big deal. Like forcing your enemy to buy dust, use up an item slot, and what the fuck? Use up an item slot and use up an item slot and use like the 180 like 200 gold or whatnot to try to get kills on you. And that's only like the chance to kill you. It's actually a pretty big deal. Like Shadowblade's a pretty undervalued, underestimated item, I'd say. But of course, like Blink is absolutely fine. I think he got the Blink here because he wants to be able to respond to people as early as possible. For example, if the X Blink calls the sniper, you can't Shadowblade up to him. You have to Blink onto him if you want it. How did Quap die? What? I feel like in this replay, I guess this is the first one for the day, so I'm just warming up. But in this replay, I've been talking a lot about just the general flow of the game rather than individual plays. If you look at AUI 2000's videos, which is something I'm kind of aiming at, he talks about this kind of thing. He doesn't talk about like, oh, you should have blinked here, or like if you hit your ulti on one more person, you would have won the game. Like that kind of stuff is all mechanical and really hard to work on without, like, if you want to work on that stuff, you just play the game. Like you don't have to like listen to these videos. You just play the game and you'll get better. If you want to learn more about the game though, like about your decisions, like which items do you buy, where do you farm, stuff like that. This guy should have went Mom. You farm like twice as fast as Mom. Even though this gives you extra damage, you like look at his attack speed, look at his damage. This is appalling. Like if you want to catch up, you buy Mom phase Aquila, and you just farm your jungle. You stack a camp, you shrapnel it, you hit the other camp into so that they come together, and then you shrapnel both, and you get like 4 creep camps in like 10 seconds, which is really good.
Middle tower is under attack.
Because obviously the sniper needs to catch up. I think the sniper will end up being really strong because the enemy doesn't know how to punish this. Like the Radiant team should ward inside their base. The Skywrath are just going around picking off people. But once again, not high priority targets. He's killing like supports and stuff. Like, I mean, Sven's not a support, but he's basically a support here. I mean, you can play Sven as a support, but he's not here because like he went Mom. He wants to be a damage dealer, but he isn't because he's very low on farm. Very, very low on farm. Your Tuskar is actually your 1 pos right now, which is really weird. Oh, it looks like he's going for Shadowblade after his blink. I don't like this. So, when you get a mobility item, oh, that was nice. That was nicely played. I'm not sure if Axe showed himself, but like out of the Potom ulti, but I don't know, whatever, well played. When you get a mobility item like Blink, usually you only need 1. Sometimes this is the right build, but I don't think this is the one. Like the thing is, Tuskar's build. I mean, this was the guy that submitted the replay, and he's playing well, which is why I think he submitted the replay. But I'm just gonna give him like a little bit of advice because he was like, this is for him mostly. Oh shit, I was not reading chat. I am so sorry, guys. Alright, let's look at chat for a bit. Alright, so that's my inexperience. If you suck, I'm gonna analyze you in person. Alright, so this guy Bendemon, he was in one of my games, and he said that if I fed in a game that I played, if I fed in one of the games I played with him, that he would like post my replay up, but we like crushed, like we won that game really hard, so like whatever. Yeah, analyzing anyone but the Tusk. I'm trying to analyze everyone, that's the issue. I think I'll focus more on the Tusk now, a bit more. Sorry about that. I go Brisbane. Yeah, I go to UQ. Double null is fine on the hero. Double null is fine on the hero if you're not like super like if you're, I don't know, I feel like in this game, like he's doing really well and he's playing really well. Like he's getting a lot of pickoffs really easily with like all of it, like he's using his spells well on everyone and he's getting lots of solo pickoffs. But the thing about Skywrath is you're incredibly vulnerable to like everything. Like this hero has really low health, really low armor. Like I like what he's doing, but this is so risky. Like it's a high risk, high reward is what I'm gonna say. There's a really high risk, high reward. There's a really high risk, high reward build because if you the high risk is obviously you're really squishy and you can die like pretty much any time. Like if the Tuskar was aiming this guy, he wouldn't be a problem. Like he's so high on net worth. Tuskar kills him twice, he goes down. Tuskar doubles his net worth, kind of thing. But let's see. Oh right, the build. But like since he's not getting picked off, this build is great. Double null is good if you can do this basically. But once again, it's just buying more into the high risk, and it's not much of a reward. Like the things that null gives you is like null's costs 500 gold. That 500 gold is really really valuable on a hero like Skywrath Mage. Like if you would get your Atos a bit earlier, and that's incredibly important. All right, let's go back to chat. Okay, let's see. Does this move out take? I only have two commands. I have like my Dota buff, like exclamation Dota buff and exclamation MMR, which is like, I couldn't think of any like good like functions for him, but I'll think of them eventually. Let's see. Everything else, how much does power of coaching go? If you'd like me to coach you, I recommend just emailing me. Like on the stream, if you scroll down, you can see more. You can see like the details on like how to submit emails and whatnot. Yeah, okay, so he's got my so mobile's working. Yay. Let's see. Alright, that seems to be most of the relevant chat besides Danny being an idiot and Benjamin getting famous, I guess. Yeah, okay, so recently I've been losing a lot. Like I lost like 500 MMR. So I was like 5.5, 5.6 2 weeks ago, but I lost a lot of games. Like I want to say unlucky, but I feel like I was tilting a lot. Like I was playing a lot of games and I wasn't like playing my best or communicating with my team and stuff like that. So I've lost a lot. So after that I just decided to pick like Lesh, Bloodseeker, Quap, Storm, Lena, PL, Gyro. Yeah, like anyway, like those are heroes I play that are like incredibly strong right now. I mean, what's this? Yeah, so Black Shaden is going for 7k. He's trying to be like the first Oz 7k, I think. Yeah, I know. Shaden is a really strong player, but he's playing a lot of Lesh, and he's not that good. Techies and Spiritbreaker. Yeah, Techies and Spiritbreaker are actually incredibly strong heroes. They are freaking annoying though. Like that is cancer if there ever was any. Like people say like what Bloodseeker and Lesh. Like those heroes you can deal with. Like if you know how to play around them, you can play around them. Techies and Spiritbreaker. Like Techies especially, you really can't play around. It's really really annoying. I don't know. It is what it is. Alright, I'll get back to the replay. Sorry about that, chat. I forgot to check chat because, I don't know, experience. Alright, hey look, this build. Hey look, yeah, okay. Super high net worth Skywrath goes shitty build and gets punished because, look at that, you die to Tusk combo. Like, if this Radiant team, I think they're winning right now. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, so the Radiant team is winning right now. And if they just went for if the Radiant team built just to survive like all of their combos, so like sniper ulti from Tusk punch, like not like one person can't survive all of it, but like if their team built to survive all this, like if they built health, like just health, like for example, if Pottom's is what if Quap got his ag, like Dagon is awful here because once again you have low armor, like he might die here even though he has blink. Yeah, like if he just built to survive, he would have won this game. I mean, if they all did. Like if Axe got, I think Axe actually goes Blade Mail here because there's so many like proccable spells that Blade Mail is really good here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He's not that. No, Black Shaden's really good.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
No, Shaden's really good. Who said that?
Radiant's top tower has
I mean, EJ is also pretty good. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. Like everyone who's like named in Oz basically has played Dota for like literally 4 years longer than I. Like I started playing last year, so it's really hard for me to like compare with them. But in general, like everyone's beatable. Everyone's beatable is what I'm gonna say. I haven't met anyone in Oz that's like so insane that I just can't beat them, or like no, I've never seen anyone beat them. Everyone's beatable. Like go like back a while back, like way before CSW, disbanded, reformed. Like maybe 3 months ago, 4 months ago, like Godot was spamming SF a lot, and that guy pretty much gave me like 400 MMR. It's pretty nice. All you had to do was play around his team. Watch this. Axe doing. It's pretty good. He goes 1v2. He forced a sniper out of farming. Well, I mean, he didn't force him, but he made sniper move out of farming. Like this guy should be in farming, but he's not. Sam's not walking back to base. I mean, yeah, like you gotta walk back to base when this happens. I don't know about this Tuskar TPN, but I mean he's really strong. It is what it is. Oh, Wind Ranger getting demolished. Okay, well, okay, so this is a classic, like, absolutely classic, like, example of 5v3, 5v2. So what I mean is, sorry, 5v2, 5v3. So what they did was, have you vs KP? I haven't vs KP. I think he only plays C, and I haven't played C in a long, like, I played like 3 games of C, and then I got, like, I don't know, like at the time that I was playing in C, I couldn't play there, so I didn't play. And like, as in general, the games are either way too easy or way too hard, because like the variance is insane. Like you get more griefers, but also better players. But also at the same time, like in general, like overall, I'd say the skill level is it's very marginal, but I'd say it's like slightly lower. And I don't mean slightly lower, I mean people who are better in C will have a lower rating. That's what I mean. So like a 5.5 C player will be better than a 5.5 Oz player. Because, I mean, a 5.5 Oz player, if they played in C exclusively, would be like 5.6-ish? 5.55 or something like that. Because it's just population based. I can give you graphical, mathematical models on it, but I mean, I'd rather do this replay for now. Anyway, so yeah, this Radiant team needs to build health. Like, this guy is getting pickoffs, it's really good, but once again, this pickoff is not like, it's like nothing, this Crystal Maiden. Plus the Tuskar uses like his entire mana pool every time he kills someone. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like, he has to go for high priority targets. Same here. So this Tusk is owning. Like this Tusk is the highest net worth on his team. His whole team is doing awful, and then the entire Radiant team is in between. What you want to do here is you want to take out high priority targets. This is your Skyrath, this is your Quap, this is your Axe. The reason why I'm hinging on the Skyrath so much is because Skyrath are just innately way easier to kill. Way easier to kill than a Quap. I mean, Quap has Blink, Quap builds health items naturally. Well, should be building health items naturally, but his item build is awful, like absolutely awful. I would never go Dagon in a game like this unless you were snowballing super hard. Which you want? Oh, huge dodge and lack of dodge. Oh man, sniper. All right, that's just really amazing. The snowball to dodge Quap ultis. It's pretty good. Oh, you get to DD. I think what I would have done is actually. Oh, huge. Yeah, the Crystal ulti melts everybody. Like this ulti does a lot of damage. People underestimate it. But if Crystal Maiden, who's Pudge Speed, if Pudge Speed can get into position and drop an ulti with Frostbite on someone, they will almost always die early on. Like this spell is insane. Freezing Field, especially plus the buff. Like that range is huge. I mean, not huge, but it's pretty big. All right. Tuskar just going for Axe with DD. I was gonna blame him. He should be worried about the call here, but I mean, whatever.
Back some snow on it. You'll be fine.
Alright, so Dai is catching up a lot because once again, they didn't build health. Like none of them built health. Like this whole game is hinging on item builds at this point.
Come in handy.
I don't know. I'll be releasing VODs of this. So if anyone like says I said something or something, I apologize. Like really, like I'm just speaking off the top of my mind. I'm not really thinking. So if I said Black Shaden's not that good, I made a mistake. I mean, what like whatever. That guy's really good. Like he's just picking a lot of less right now though. So it's not like super impressive. I mean, it is still impressive that he's getting to 7K and whatnot. He's an incredibly strong player, incredibly strong player. But if I made the mistake and say he's not that good, then I apologize. Like, well, whatever. Not that important. This guy should be going for Blink. You always want to get Blink on Sven after your mom. Yo, BKB is a good item, and it's good in this game because you're dying to like Sky and stuff like that. But it's actually just way better to just get your Blink and position and get the jump onto the Skyreth, because this is really about initiation right now. Like, if you get initiated on, you'll probably die really fast, regardless of what your items are in this kind of game. What you want to do is you want to get your initiation items and try to beat them there, try to outward them. Like, the Dire has incredibly strong wards right now. I mean, it's kind of scattered, and it's weird that they have both, like, they have all 4 wards up, because, like, in the shop there's 4 wards, and if you use all of them, then you won't have wards for a certain amount of time. But, I mean, it is what it is. Oh shit, my bot is getting shit done. If there's like random stream roles that I have on, for example, I have the global filter. Alright. Oh yeah, I said I'd focus more on this Tusk. So the Tusk gets a Silver Edge. Like, he buys a Sage and he finishes the Silver Edge. I'm just trying to think what Silver Edge does in this game. I mean, it disables Gravekeepers, I think, and Spin, which is something. It also stops people's damage. I think what the Tusk should have done was get a Desser and just like shit on the Sky, because you like while you're in the game you should be clicking your enemy's items. Like the Tusk should be clicking the enemy items like all the time. Oh my god, CM, you're so big, holy shit. Alright, and Sniper lives through all that, which is really good for EXP range and random amounts of gold. Like, he's got a lot of gold from that. Sniper has no attack speed, no damage. Like, I think it's okay because I don't know, like, it's not an exceptionally high skill game. Like, you won't get punished as much, so it's okay. But I mean, it's always preferable to go for the, So no long messages is like, it's like 300 words or something. Like, if you, I don't know, like, if you talked, yeah, so yeah, if you copy faster, then it'll get blocked. But if you say, like, there's no word, there's no thought that you can't split up that's like more than 300 words, alright? I don't know. Okay, Glimmer Cave's really good. Crystal Maiden's doing pretty well this game. Like, he's had his wards up. I'm not sure if it's him, but I'm gonna assume it's him. Crystal Maiden's getting a lot of wards up, and like, he's not dying too much. Like, I mean, it looks really bad, but it's like acceptable, especially like in this kind of game, because your team is doing okay. Yeah, so the Tusk made a lot of good rotations. I think his item build was slightly incorrect. I think, like, I would have got Shadowblade in this game. No, I think I would have got Blink in this game, because you want to be able to react to Crop Blink and Axe Blink, and then Sky got a Blink as well. You want to be able to jump onto them. For example, Axe Blink calls on a sniper, you want to get to him immediately, or get to the reinforcements behind Axe immediately. I'm hiding the MMR bracket for this. Like, so I'm doing 6 replays, and all of the replays are in different MMR brackets, but I won't say what they are because I'm not sure if people want me to say what they are and stuff like that. I mean, like, I'd rather, like, these are the people who, like, help me out, right? Like, they submit replays, and of course I'm helping them out as well by doing the replay analysis. But they're, like, you know, like, kind of supporting the stream, or supporting, like, me. Best option. Can you disable it, deleting all of your previous messages? Because that sucks. I'm not sure what you mean by deleting all. Like, it will only delete previous messages if, like, they're spam, like, if it's repeated. Like, if you say the same thing repeatedly, it's gonna delete it, and I want it to do that. So, I don't know. Like, I just have the default settings on Moobot and the filter, so, I mean, like, I don't think I'll change it much, unless it's, like, if it's blocking the word the, then, or something like that, like, if it's just blocking random words, or it's not doing what's, like, if it's not responsive, then, I'll, like, tinker with it, but for now, it's doing what I want it to do. Top team. The normal not spam, I wrote the F word once, and it removed all my messages. Yeah, okay, so, spam, okay. I think I'll disable global words after this replay.
Dire's bottom
This
tower
replay
is
will be
under
shaping up
attack.
soon. So the way this game is going, I think the Dire team will be able to roll over the Radiant team very soon. I'm not entirely sure. I think the Dire team wins. I can't remember. I think the toss said his team won. But the way this game is looking, Skyrath didn't Skyrath was doing super well early, but he didn't itemize very well at all. So he became really vulnerable. Like, oh man, this is really awkward. This is a really sad game because this was the game for the Radiant to win, but they lost because of item builds. I think almost purely.
Survival of the fittest.
Don't worry too much about the chat. Yeah, I try to balance it right at this point. The only reason why I like literally paused the replay and looked at chat is because I realized I wasn't doing that for like 10-15 minutes, and like the entire window was just filled, and I didn't know what to do because I didn't answer any of it, so it was my bad. All right, let's see. So yeah, you're not getting this kill. Like, I mean, you might as well just keep farming. Shadow Strikes or whatever, you just farm when you're the Sven in this situation. You don't need to do anything. Because when you're in this lane, this Quilp can't do anything, so you just farm. Like, he's not gonna kill you, you're not gonna kill him. Of course he should have got Blink. What you do is you Shadow Strike, you blink onto him, to dodge Shadow Strike, you stun, and then you hit him. But I don't think you would have killed him anyway. Maybe you would have killed him actually. This Quilp has an awful item build. I mean, he's building up armor, like he's got 8 armor now, but like just naturally because Quilp gets a pretty decent agi gain. But he's like his item build is awful. Like I think the problem here is actually the Dagon. Like sometimes you go treads sheep, and that's actually a fine build. Like I go that build. I don't know. I don't play very good Quilp or very often, but when I play Quilp, so sometimes it's you get this build when you're doing super well early, and there's nothing else you can get. Either that, or you get like a Midas if you don't need any items at that time. Because like when you get your sheep, if it's like 20 minutes, it's really good. Oh, this is dangerous as hell. Blink already? No? No blink? No sheep? Oh wait, no, that's accidental sheep. Okay, I'm kind of losing it right now. Alright. When you're playing against Sniper, you want to try to save your... You want to use your blink really early and save your blink for the assassinate. But the Sniper didn't itemize well. He has no mana. I don't know, he has the Quilla.
Invisibility.
It is what it is. I think he's using shrapnels inefficiently. Tuskar to BKB, that's really good if you get caught. I think BKB is absolutely fine here, and BKB is always a good item. Unless you're above, like, maybe like 5k. Like, if you're at 5k, I think BKB starts to diminish in value, because you need your gold to, like, get better items to make you farm faster, do more in fights, stuff like that. And you just need to rely on positioning. It's way more risky. No, Hype has for the chat. Hype has very like valid concerns and like valid suggestions. I think like the thing was like, so like the thing is I swear right. So I said like he said he wrote fuck in like one of his sentences. Like it was just a regular it was just a regular message, but he wrote fuck and then deleted the whole thing, which is kind of annoying, right? So he has very valid concerns, so I think I might turn off global filter after this and see what happens. I'll still keep on like no links and stuff like that. Let's see where I was going. Anyone can still anyone can still click on his message. That's true, that's true. Alright.
Top tower is under attack.
So Dire team's doing very well. This was Radiant team itemizing poorly. Like Skyrath needs to build like a Shivas in this kind of game because alright, so the way Shivas works is Shivas is actually better if the enemy has low attack speed. It sounds weird because like if there's a troll warlord ulting, you'd think Shivas cuts down by 100%, so it would do more. Oh man, would do more. Oh, he's not gonna do anything. I mean, his team's dead. But Shivas actually cuts down by like a specific amount, no matter what, which is kind of counterintuitive, but that's just how it works. I mean, it's Dota, like whatever. So Shivas against this Sven Sniper Tusk is really good. It's not that good against Wind Ranger piece of ulti, because that's just max minus 30, it's like whatever. But it's really good. Oh, this is Slash's build by the way. Shout out to Slasher, I guess. Yeah, this guy should have bit Shivas, and he would have been way more tanky. Like he could be a tank like this game if he went Shivas. Like I think I'm okay with the ATOS because he was doing super well early, but I think Blink is too, like, it's too reliant on you being able to one-shot people early on, especially now that they have like BKBs, like all their BKBs. Like this guy's going one as well. They have 3 BKBs going on 4 of their heroes on Dire, so I think that like this build won't do as much, as well as Skyrath being a core hero is not very strong because once again you're very likely to get picked off, and you don't use gold as well as other heroes. Pottom's going for this weird carry build and he's taking up farm. This is actually a big mistake. He should have fully commit to support. He should have gotten like maybe a 4-staff and like a E-blade. Like go set to E-blade, and what you do if you're really on top of your game, the E-blade actually pretty much counts as a 5-second BKB for your allies. What you do is you E-blade your allies when they're getting snowballed, and the enemy just can't do anything to them. Like, they get snowballed, like, focus fire, like, nothing. Like, if you get E-Blade that early... I mean, E-Blade is good on this guy as well. But, like, he needs to use his gold way more efficiently. Yeah, they get the kill on that guy. I don't know about this. Oh, okay. Sorry, what I meant by I don't know about this was... I didn't know that, Snowball hit Roche. Oh, wait, actually, this is for me, by the way. I need to... Hang on. So Snowball doesn't count. So Snowball isn't counted by Lincolns. I mean, like Roshan Lincolns. I'm pretty sure it blocks normal Lincoln. Wait, does it block normal Lincoln? I don't even know. Oh shit! Yeah, I don't play this hero enough to know the interaction between Snowball and Lincolns. Sigil is really good for Roche, by the way. Like you can actually take Roche really early with Sigil. Like you don't even have to be there. If you're like over here, you just spawn the Sigil, run it over here, and you get your Juggernaut to just jump in, or your PA or whatever. Yes, Sniper still does no damage. This is a really poor build by Sniper. I think he should have committed more to farming early. Like, if this was a Mask of Madness, he would have an extra, like, 3,000 gold, I think, in this game. This is, like, the less, because if you go Mask of Madness, obviously you're really squishy, and if you fight, you're gonna die, like, every fight. But the thing is with Sniper is you want to be like, the hero is very position-based. You're always gonna be squishy. Especially when you just, like, okay. Okay, that's a Radiant Ward, but, I mean, okay, that's alright. Team covers for him. Whatever. He's Gucci. You want to be able to commit to like certain items like Mask of Madness, S and Y. Oh man, this guy. It's not his game. He doesn't BKB the Sky ulti and he gets arrowed. And he gets snowballed and then BKBs. Alright. But the Dire team is really high. I think the Dire team is probably like 10k net worth. Yeah, about 13, 14k net worth. Oh, sorry. Yeah, about 10k net worth and about 14k experience. Yeah, they're doing a lot now because the Radiant cores are really easy. So the core heroes are the, the Sky, Quap, Axe. Yeah, and they're all really easy to kill in this game because they didn't itemize well. I mean, you'd say Axe had a decent itemization, but the thing is, if you go Blink first, you actually skip Vanguard. You should skip Vanguard because that's 2k, and that 300 health and like. If you get the regen early and the health early and the damage block early, Vanguard's really good on Axe. But if you skip the Vanguard and get the Blink first, like I do that in a lot of my pubs. You don't want to get Vanguard after that. You want to get like a Blade Mail into like either Sheep or Shivas or Ags or something like that. Like you want to be tanky and also do a lot for your team. You don't just want to be tanky because they will kill your whole team before you can do anything, kind of deal. And also the Vanguard doesn't do much later. Oh, g'day, Cedric.
No, being dead is boring.
Think of it as a new beginning.
Anyway, yeah, so Sniper's really tanky right now. I mean, he could be more... So the thing is, my Mask of Madness build, I want to stress this, by the way, because it's very important for pubs. If you went a farming build item, like, Mask of Madness into, like, Maelstrom or Mask of Madness S and Y, like Yasha or Manta or something like that, he would have gotten all of his items faster, right? Because you farm faster, you get items faster. Like, it's a huge, like, snowball effect, if you know what I mean. It's a huge snowball effect. You would have all these items, plus, like, the extra, like, I don't know, like, the S and Y or something like that. And this would be a Mask of Madness instead of Helmet Dominator. Like, the Dominator got you the Wolf Creep, but that pales in comparison to the Mask of Madness. Mask of Madness gives you a lot of damage, like, so much damage, especially early on. That item is, like, so the reason, like, the thing about Mask of Madness is it's like a high variance item. Like, Mask of Madness makes you really, like, do a lot of damage, like attack really fast, but you're also really squishy, right? I mean, it bounces a little bit by giving you lifesteal, but it makes you really, really squishy. Like, if he Mask of Madness at level 6 and Quap ultis him, I'm pretty sure he's at like 200 health or something. It's pretty ridiculous, but that's why you play it on Sniper, because Sniper is a position-based hero. Where you stand in team fights is the most important thing for Sniper. Oh, how you use Shrapnel and stuff is also important, but whatever. Let's look at the Tusk. So I think Tusk is going for either Shiva's. Like he shouldn't go for. Oh, sorry, it's not Shiva's. Skadi. I think he's either going for Skadi or an Axe. I don't think either of those items is good right now. I mean, he's winning like crazy, so it doesn't really matter too much. But I mean, you always want to optimize, so that's an issue. I like the Travels early though. Travels is really, really good. Alright, that's a really clean kill. I mean, he shouldn't have been able to get that kill, but Axe was out there, so you get it. Why not? This guy still doesn't have Blink. That's a really big mistake. You need mobility on this hero. This hero has like certain strengths, certain weaknesses. So the strength on Sven is he does a bajillion damage, right? And he cleaves. That's his strength. And he's a carry that has a stun, like an AoE stun, like a really, really strong AoE stun. Just curious, do you know the result of this game already? If not, from how it is right now, how do you see it playing out? Who won? The Zaya team is 100% won this game. I like, the thing is, I didn't check who won this game, but Tuskar told me that like they were behind early and then they went back and forth and then they won after a few good team fights, which is basically what we saw, right? But 100% the Zaya team won. As soon as like the Sky and the Quap died once at like 15 minutes when I mentioned it, I hoped I mentioned it. I definitely thought about it. The Zaya team pretty much just won off that because the Sky and the Quap don't have as good farming mechanisms as like Sven and Windrunner and Sniper. I just jumped on, so I don't know how you've been doing so far. Stream, focus, pause, person submitted, how the player was. Like, when I first started, I tried to do an analysis of everyone, but it's really hard to do that time intensively. It's too time intensive to do that. So I tried to focus a bit more on the Tuskar, but, I mean, it's good to learn. Like, would you rather learn one hero insanely well, or would you rather learn 10 heroes, like, quite well? Like, learn about Dota in general. It's really hard to tell which one's better. I think I'll, like, go back and forth, especially today since it's the, since it's a, what do you call it? Like, this is the first time I'm doing it, so this will be, like, the test, right? Like, how many viewers do I get? Like, how much do people enjoy it? How many views do my VODs get? Stuff like that. Yeah, alright, so they get this Rax after killing people. Very basic. They didn't get greedy though, so that's really good. Generally, you want to get the outer towers before you get Rax. Just in general, in high level, in low level, whatever. If you're playing pubs, get the outer towers first. If the Radiant was pushing, they want to kill this tower, they want to kill this tower before pushing Rax. Right? If I'm Dire, I'm going to kill this tower, and I want to kill this tower before pushing Rax. It's absolutely fine they took mid-Rax, and they took advantage of the team fight, like as you saw. But, like, in general, you want to take outer towers first. The reason why is because, like, pubs always go late. Like, pubs either are stomps or they go late game. More often than not, they go late game. And when they go late game, it's really easy to get mecha creeps off one team fight. Like, you just push all the outer towers. You push all the outer towers, you take one team fight, you mega creep them. Like, you just let your Troll, your Sniper, your Juggernaut, your Terrorblade, whatnot, just hit the Rax. Your Windrunner hits the Rax. And you win the game. Alright, let's see.
Shadows, take us.
I think it would be a good angle to not know what team wins first, so you can explain why you're doing your mistakes and made. Yeah. So I made it a point not to vet the replays. Someone asked me when I talked about my stream to one of my friends, they asked me if I would like look at the replays first and like prepare stuff. But I think that like kind of defeats the purpose. I want all of this to be like a off the cuff, like as soon as I think of something, say it kind of deal. So that I'll actually be wrong like 20% of the time, which is a lot, right? I'll be wrong quite a bit. Like I'll be like, this guy will get this, and it doesn't, or whatnot. The reason why is because it's very off the cuff. It's just as the game, like, because Dota is very dynamic, right? Like it changes all the time. As the game progresses, things change. Like for example, the Skywrath was stronger than the Windrunner, and he was killing the Windrunner repeatedly, and then suddenly he doesn't get the kill because I don't know, he missed a spell or whatever, right? And so that changes the entire game. So then from that point onwards, it's possible that the Windrunner recovers enough in that time so that he won't die to the Skywrath anymore. This is just an example, by the way. He's going for a crit. Yeah, the Dire team actually can't lose this, I don't think. Like, they have to seriously throw, because they're so much stronger. Like, if you look at the networks now, like, if you look at previous... Alright, I don't like Ags on Skyros, by the way, but that's really funny. I mean, against a Sven, that should not happen to a Sven, but whatever. If you look at the networks, like, earlier on the game, they basically flipped. Like, this whole Dire team was down, and this whole Radiant team was up. The Tuskar was always on top, and the Skyros was always on top. But, the reason why the reason why it's pretty much over now is because it's 47 minutes. Like, Dota has a expiry date. Like, the game has an expiry time. It's rough, like, it's not a set time, but it's the time where heroes become very easy to pick off regardless of what their items are. I mean, it's not always the case, like Storm Spirit, Weaver, like Wind Ranger and stuff, like random heroes will be always insanely hard to kill. But in general, like everyone's respawn now is like 2 minutes, like 1 to 2 minutes, 1.5 to 2 minutes for everyone's respawn. So when you kill someone, they're pretty much dead unless they have buyback. Not many people are saving for buyback right now. But I don't know, like it's not really a big deal in this kind of game. It will be as people get to higher MMRs, but in this kind of game it's not too big a deal. Yeah, no, it's pretty much unlosable for them. Why does it get MKB? I don't know. So MKB versus Daedalus, they cost roughly the same and they give you different stuff. You want to get MKB when they have evasion. That's pretty much it. You actually never want to get MKB compared to Daedalus. Daedalus gives you, I think if you have 300 damage, which is like roughly whatever, right? If you have 300 damage, like that's called critical mass. Like if you have 300 damage, if you get crit compared to MKB, it gives you double the damage. Like crit will give you double the damage that MKB does. It's something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it's like a chart that I have to look up for. This isn't a low MMR game. It's just not like the highest level MMR game is what I'm gonna say. The list of games I'm gonna be doing, they're all a different MMR, but they're not in order or anything like that. I just like randomly allocated this. This one is like somewhere in the middle, I think. I can't remember actually. I think I'll just I'll stop talking about that. All right, so okay, that's a bug. That's a bug. Yeah, pretty cool bug. I mean, yeah, check that out. All right. Yeah, so okay, so let's talk about the flow of the game for now, for a bit. So I feel like I haven't done this game too much justice. Like I was working out too many things, and I was trying to do too much early on. But I think in general that the first trick, like the first main focus, I think is itemization. If Skyros built Shivas instead of Blink Lincolns, they would have done a lot better. If he didn't build Ags and he got like a sheep, he would have done a lot better. If Axe skipped Vanguard, he would have done a lot better. If Quap didn't go Dagon, he would have done a lot better. I don't think this is a game to go sheep first either. But also, both teams need to use smokes a lot more. I think even in super high level games, people don't use smokes as much. Like, as much as they need to. Like, you get one smoke every 12 minutes. So, like, try to use that as, like, a benchmark. You want to buy a smoke at the start of the game on someone, or, like, after the boots on the support or whatever. You want to get a smoke, and that smoke will do a lot. Because people are really, really bad at playing around smokes in pubs. Like, really bad. Like, even me. Like, I'm not paying attention 100% in my games. He could have blinked out of that. Sniper is... Are you serious? Like, hit him. Holy crap, hit him, yeah. I mean, he had BKB on, but you can hit him. Like, this hero is really weak right now, because he doesn't have enough farm. Sniper's not as fun. Like, I think, in general, this game, it's a little skewed out of perspective of what I've been saying. High school matchmaking. I think, like, what? So, like, 2% of players, like, less than that, like, 0.5% of players are above 5k. So, I guess 5k is high school matchmaking, is that what I'm saying? I don't even know. What the hell was about the win run about? Yeah, I in replays, random things like Shackle from Shadow Shaman and stuff will replay. For example, this guy is still affected by, what do you call it? Frostbite, right? Like, you saw the, okay, well you can't say it anymore. But his model had, like, ice on it for, like, forever. There's random bugs in replays. I mean, hopefully Reborn fixes that. it is what it is, right? Okay, so yeah, I mean this guy's permanently silenced apparently. Yeah, like these are the bugs I'm talking about. This guy still doesn't have blink. I don't know what he's like. I mean he wants buyback right now, but I don't think you need buyback if you're Dire on this team. Because if you look at the lane equilibrium, if the Dire was pushing out this top lane as well, they would have creeps all like the map would be split up like this, right? Like almost like that. And if the game is split up like that, you know where the Radiant team is, right? I mean, something sneaky I do every now and then is like I farm the enemy jungle, but
Radiant's bottom
the Radiant team is pretty much confined to this area, right? And when they're doing that, and you fight them there, if you lose, right? If you lose a team fight, they're still here, right? You lose a team fight, they want to push. They have to walk all the way from here. No, their creeps have to walk all the way from here, all the way to here. That takes like a minute by itself, right? So if you have like Bloodstone or something like that, it's even better. But even in these kind of games, you like by the time they get to here, you're still fine. Like they can't really push. With the 2-minute respawns nowadays, at 53 minutes, people have like 2 minutes respawn. They'll definitely take this tower, but they still won't be able to take racks. Like it will take them X amount of time to kill this tower, and then this tower will kill the remainder of the creeps, and then they have to wait for the creeps from here, like the next wave to spawn over here. Yeah, that's just Skywrath out of position. Like I don't know, just trying to farm in like a really bad place to farm. Like I don't know what to say about that. That's a good Yule's TP, but I don't. Yeah, that won't work against more than one hero. I mean, it would have worked against the Tuskar unless the Tuskar was like really on point. But I mean, it is what it is. Alright, so Sen is just pushing because they were dead. Yeah, it's very simple. The game's almost over. I have a dog barking in the background, by the way. If you can hear that, I apologize. I don't think I'll do much about it because, I mean, she'll stop barking in like a minute or something. Maybe now, yeah. Alright, yeah, so Dire won this game. This is pretty much the, like, so the thing about this replay is I don't want to go over like how well the Dire played to come back into the game. What I want to say, I mean, they did play well. The Dire team played well. But I think, like, it's all itemization. Like, this sniper is top of net worth with 22k. At 54 minutes, this guy should have around 30k. Like, he should have an extra item on him. Like, an extra, like, butterfly or daedalus or something like that. And he doesn't. Which is really game-losing when you come to more competitive games. What I mean by competitive is, like, games where both teams are, like, it's more back and forth. In this kind of game, it was Radiant team stomped and then didn't itemize well, and then Dire team stomped because they didn't itemize well. No, well played to Dire, but I think if the Radiant team, like if the Radiant team just bought better items and used them properly, they would have won. Like they didn't even have to do anything better. They were winning like crazy early on because Cop won mid because like of the kill here and the kill here. The Cop got the kills early. And so he was able to snowball, but he didn't use the snowballing well. Like, he got the Dagon early, but he got the Dagon, like it was like a really weird Dagon. Like, he was doing well early, and then he died, and then he bought it, which is like a really weird, like, no, and then he's going for Ags at 50 minutes, that's not it. Alright, so that's that game. I'm gonna take like a 5-minute break, but basically that's that one. The next one will be Peter Repeat playing Disruptor.